the Vice Chancellor of Cotton University, Professor Ramesh Chandraji, Professor Gautam Baruaji, the former Director IIT Guwahati, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Arindam Garg, Registrar, EC members, AC members, faculty members, esteemed guests, cherished parents, and graduating students. It is indeed a great honor, privilege for me to stand in front of you on this momentous occasion where we are all sitting here to celebrate the remarkable achievement of our graduating class. It is my proud privilege to deliver this keynote address in front of all of you. And I'm sure Cotton University carries with itself a legacy of being a prestigious institution in Assam, and you are a part of it. Convocations are the moment of celebrations, and today we have all gathered to celebrate the achievement of you students, the faculty members, and entire university community. This event is a testament of the hard work, dedication, perseverance of each and every one of you involved in the academic pursuit of excellence. As I stand before you, I'm reminded of the day when I graduated from being a student of a university to becoming the founder vice chancellor of Ratan Tata Maharashtra State Skills University. When I graduated like you, I had overwhelming emotions, dreams, अनसर्टनिटी ऑफ फ्यूचर की आगे क्या होने वाला. मुझे सच में कुछ पता नहीं था जब मैं ग्रेजुएट हुई थी कि मैं कौन सी मंजिल हासिल करूंगी. What is it that I'm going to achieve in my life? But I tell you that it may be essential for all of us to dream of what we really want to achieve in our lives. 30 years have gone by, and I've witnessed important things in my life which I will share with you. First most important thing in my life I found was the power of education. My journey was filled with ups and downs, and if there is something that all of us have to take home today is that of education and lifelong learning. We shouldn't give up learning the day we receive our degrees. I am also excited to speak about what Sri Nelson Mandela once upon a time said, that education is the most powerful weapon which can change the world. And I feel that there is a foundation which is getting laid for all of you in your professional lives as well as in your personal lives. I'm sure you have developed your capabilities of thinking, your critical thinking, your ability to solve the problems, look at innovative practices. Each one of you, I believe, has an untapped potential, and the world is waiting for you. Believe you and me that the world is looking at the youth of India. The education that you have received in this university is just not a degree, but it is a toolkit, a foundation which will build your dreams. And I believe that you are going to be the change makers for tomorrow. You are the leaders who will inspire not just the peers sitting here in this room, but there are a lot of people who are following you. I also would like to bring on to the second subject, which is very close to my heart, which Professor Barua just now spoke on, is your ability to solve the problems and become an entrepreneur would you like to become an entrepreneur? I am not sure how many would want to do that. But today, the country requires a lot of people who can solve the problems. We require people who will take ownership of the work that you get into, which is what we call it as intrapreneurship. And entrepreneurship is something where you start something of your own. Being in Assam, today in Guwahati, I am reminded of one boy from Assam whom I had the fortune of mentoring. And his name is Samudradatta Talukdar. And the story is very unique, which I want to share with everyone sitting in this room. And that story is of a boy who studied in a very nominal engineering institution, went into work for an MNC, decided that he wants to solve some problem and become a startup. He came to me in the year 2020 when I was the Director Innovation in Pune University, which is now known as Savitribai Phule Pune University. February 2020, he came to me and he was already having a failed startup. He was completely dejected when he came to me, and I became his mentor. In February 2020, he came and March hit the COVID for all of us. But he came up with a very brilliant idea of using AR to bring in solution for the real estate, buildings, etc., selling them. Let me tell you, he treats me as his God, because when he came to me with only 5 employees and with a negative balance sheet, in 2 years, when he was with us, we pivoted his product, we made a change in his product, and from 5 employees, his company went to 75 employees in COVID times, when nobody believed that anyone can do business in life, and he was in Assamese with conviction and motivation to do something in life in the city of Pune. He got a funding, and the funding was really very high. He got mentorship from somebody from Singapore and from Silicon Valley. The point that I'm trying to drive here, that all of you have that within you. It is just that intrinsic motivation which is required for all of us to believe in us that we can make a change. And you can make a change not only in Assam, but you can make a change nationally, is what I sincerely feel. Let me come to the second point, whether you become an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur. Let me put in front of you, to this generation, that what are the shifts and changes that you are likely to see. The biggest shift and the change that you're all going to see is the change in technological space in India. We're already hit with the biggest thing that is facing all of us is AI. Artificial intelligence is what we are all hearing from the Honorable Prime Minister of the country to all chief ministers talking about AI as a way of life, be it in life sciences, be it in hospital management, be it in business management, be it in our day-to-day lives, be it everywhere where artificial intelligence is going to make a change in all of it. Let me tell you, I belong to a generation which grew up without a computer. I learned to get on to the desktop when I started working on my PhD program. We learned on the go. But today, you are in a generation where you have been with a desktop and a laptop and systems around you and a mobile system which give you everything at the click of a button. Let me tell you, when I say that I'm a lifelong learner, today I had the fortune of meeting Honorable Governor Sir and presenting my book on AI Unzipped. At this age, if we can learn and if we can write, I think you people sitting in this room, the youth of the state of Assam, will definitely make a change and will be the light of the state of Assam if you decide you want to make it big in your life. From here, I want to take you to another area, and that's the fourth area that I want to focus upon in my speech. A lot of us understand that India has a positive demographic dividend, which means that the youth in this country are tremendous, and if we tune the youth in the right direction, the country will definitely achieve $5 trillion economy that the Honorable Prime Minister speaks of, and I'm sure your Chief Minister also speaks, Governor Sir also speaks about it. Everybody speaks about it because there's a conviction that we will be able to achieve that. Let me also tell you the flip side of other countries. We have countries like Germany, we have countries like Japan, European countries, Russia, Canada, everyone struggling with a population which is an aging population. I believe that even if 2% of people from India, 2% of people from every state decide to go to these countries and contribute to the economic development of your region, you could make a lot of difference to your state. And what is required? I was very happy and excited to see that you have a language faculty. I believe that we need to move from not only learning our languages that we are born with, but we should also try and learn at least 1 or 2 international languages. I represent a university where we have partnership with NSDC International, and I am not exaggerating. Every month I received at least 1,000 vacancies in these countries, and we are not able to support them. We have consulates from Russia, from Japan, from Germany visiting us, and I'm sure they would want to also look at Northeast. They would like to look at Assam as well. Why not? But can we go a step ahead? We are domain specialists. You've become domain specialists today. But along with being a domain specialist, can you master one language and look at cross-border jobs as well for your state, for yourself, for your parents, for your community, and for your economic development? I am telling you to become selfish for yourself. If you become selfish for yourself, your parents are benefited, your society is benefited, your state is benefited, your country is benefited. So look at your own self. What can you do for your own self to upgrade and break the glass ceiling that we have around us? It's very important for all of us to do. Let me also come to the final part of my talk, where I've spoken a lot on how do you develop your careers, how do you engage yourself in your workplace, how do you look at technology, how do you look at jobs, how do you look at cross-border jobs. But having said all of this, I feel that most important thing for everyone sitting in this room, which is beyond the skills, education, the naukri that you get, the careers that you make, is become a good human being. Have values. If you become a citizen with strong values, I think the world will look at you. You have to become a good individual, which is most important. Everything else will follow. Let not the technology govern humanity. Let humanity govern the technology, which is equally important for everyone sitting in this room. I think we need to carry this message with us, within us, to become individuals that Cotton University will be proud of. It's a heritage, it's a brand name that you're carrying, the tag of being an alumnus of Cotton University to the whole world. We expect you to become successful in your lives, not only by way of the professional enhancement that you do, but also by way of being a value-added individual who is grounded to the earth, who understands how to make a change in the society. You are the shakers and movers of this particular society. And I'm sure you can do, and you can make this society a very sustainable society in times to come. I wish all of you a very good luck, and I congratulate all of you for having received your degrees. Some of you have received your diplomas, some of you received your postgraduate programs, and many of you have also received your PhD programs. And I wish Cotton University all success to have more number of students like you to take the light of knowledge from Assam to the whole world. Thank you so much.
May I now request Honorable Chancellor Shri Lakshman Prasad Acharya, Governor of Assam, to deliver his address.